Coffee and Convo, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody here in the building. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, man. Thank you to everyone already here in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with me in this very moment. Salute, salute, salute. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up, and also hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 25K. We cannot do that without you guys. I appreciate y'all. As always, in the comment section, let me know where you watching, what city, what state, you at home, you at work, you at the side chick's house, you at the side chick's house. Where are you watching this episode of Coffee and Convo? Let me know, man. Salute to I Am Punchy, Space Beast, Okie Raider, all my guys, SinCal. Come on, man. Alfredo's in the building. Jesse Cloud, Raiderzilla. I appreciate you guys. As always, a lot to talk about today, man. Some craziness going on out there in Santa Clara right now, with a superstar player. We're going to talk about that here shortly. We're going to talk about the video that came out with Max Crosby's reaction to the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl against the 49ers in our house at Allegiant Stadium. Yeah, man, that look was piercing, to say the least. We're going to talk about that here shortly. We're going to talk about our new minority owner. It looks as though here in a second, Tom Brady should be wrapping up that deal. There's just a lot to talk about. Andy Reid giving Antonio Pierce his flowers. A lot to unpack. So stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. We got an action-packed show. It's going to be a pretty long show, man. So bear with me, you guys. Salute to the 400 people already in the building. Rage, I love you too, my brother. Salute to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, as always, for being here with me, my brother. I hope your day is a wonderful one, man. Salute to my guy out there in Georgia, my brother Rage. Salute to John Sweeney also, man. Salute, Doc. Salute to you as well, King. Let's see. Salute to Realist. Sign JJ before Aiyuk. Let's talk about it. All right. For those who are wondering what this thumbnail means, it's Jayden Daniels. It's Brandon Aiyuk. They played together at Arizona State before Aiyuk was drafted in the first round to the San Francisco 49ers. And before, Jayden Daniels transferred over to LSU, there's the connection right there. Okay. So that's what the thumbnail is. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Some interesting stuff came out, you guys, about Brandon Aiyuk. I don't know if you guys seen all the cryptic messages that were on Instagram, Twitter. Well, Brandon Aiyuk put it out there. Don't forget what you got there. Eye emoji, right? People are kind of like, okay, what does that mean right now? Okay. For those who have no idea what Brandon Aiyuk's contract looks like, he is on the 5th year coming up. He's on his 5th year option, first round pick. They're probably going to, not probably, they're going to pick it up. But it looks as though he's upset right now. He had 3 catches in the Super Bowl. They didn't really get him involved. All-pro guy, had over 1,300 yards this season. He was wondering, why was I not more involved in this game, okay? And his contract this season with the 5th year option in 2024 will be $14.1 million, okay? And I'm going to be honest, that's very, very cheap for a talent like Brandon Aiyuk, a guy that can be a number one in pretty much any team in the NFL. I'm going to be honest, this guy is that talented. A guy that can play in the slot, you can move him around. Brandon Aiyuk is one of them ones, you guys. He has 1 year left on his deal. Like I said, 5th year option, $14 million. He'll be an unrestricted free agent in 2025. Okay, so his girlfriend goes on Instagram also. All right, Salute to Coach Yak. This is off of Twitter. Brandon Aiyuk's girlfriend, Rochelle, talking about the possibility of him not being on the 49ers next season. Okay, this might have been the last day we touch foot on Levi's Stadium, me and Braylon, which is their son, because we might not be out here next season. So there you have it. And mind you, they will be picking up the fifth-year option. They're not going to allow Brandon Aiyuk to walk. There's no way in hell. He's just too talented. But kind of interesting, right? Now, Brandon Aiyuk's brother and best friend on Instagram, salute to Wayne Breezy. He put this on Twitter as well. This is his best friend / brother. This is the exact reason why we are leaving San Francisco. Thank you, 49ers, for drafting my brother. We are forever grateful. BA to Las Vegas. And he puts up the Raiders flag. Thank you, brother. Thank you, 49ers, for drafting my brother. We are forever grateful. BA to Vegas. Raiders flag. Why does your all-pro 1,300-yard receiver have 3 catches in the Super Bowl? So there's a bunch of stuff going on Twitter and Instagram, you guys. The 2020 first-round pick, Brandon Aiyuk, had a career year this year with 1,342 yards, along with 7 touchdowns in the regular season. His 17.9 yards per catch were the second most in the NFL, only behind Pittsburgh Steelers' George Pickens. So this is interesting, you guys, because, we have Devontae under contract. We have Jacoby Myers under contract. Hunter Renfrow, we may be moving on from that contract. That is our slot guy, right? That is our slot guy. And it looks as though he may be a post-June cut along with Jimmy G that frees up potentially $25 million. Now, could you imagine a wide receiver room with Brandon Aiyuk in the slot, Jacoby on the outside, Devontae Adams on the other perimeter, and we still have Trey Tucker there as well, the speedster? Shit can get spooky for opposing defenses. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think this is even possible. I really don't. I think the Niners are going to pick up that 5th year. They'll play him. I don't know if he's going to try and hold out or whatever. I don't know. But this may be a play for him to get more money. He is from the Sacramento area, you guys. He was born in Rockland, a suburb of Sacramento, then was raised in Reno. The Niners and Raiders, for him growing up, were technically his home teams. Reno's not that far from the Bay Area. Rockland is right up the street from the Bay Area. So it makes all the sense in the world why he would want to become a Raider. AP's there, the Arizona State connection. All the talk about Jayden Daniels potentially being a Raider in this year's draft. Arizona, like I said, Arizona State, it's right up. It's not far away. It's Tempe, Arizona, about 3-4 hours away from Las Vegas. He grew up in Reno, right? Nevada, there's that connection. But what do you guys think about this potentially being a move that the Raiders can make in the offseason? Me personally, I'm with my brother Wasted on this. I think that we should use this money in free agency to go attack the defensive side of the football. The likes of a Chris Jones, Christian Wilkins, a Leonard Williams, potentially one of these corners out there. You know what I mean? Go attack the defense. Bring in some veterans on the defensive side of the football. Allocate some of that money towards the defense and go offense in the draft. You can go get another wide receiver in those mid to late rounds. You can beef up that O-line in the draft. It's a lot cheaper to do that. We put a lot of money towards this offense these past few years, and we have not really gotten any really great, greatness coming back from that. It's time to allocate more of that money, continue to build that defense. Coming off of this year, the defense looked great with AP as the head coach. Continue to put that money on the defensive side of the football in free agency. I don't know how you would be able to potentially go get a Jayden Daniels, because you're going to have to trade a bunch of draft capital, but then you're going to have to trade potentially some draft capital as well to go get a Brandon Aiyuk. So this is kind of like a reach. It is a reach. And I don't know if this guy is also trying to use us as leverage. We've seen it before, right? We've seen year in and year out, Donkey Kong Sue using us for leverage. I mean, players year in and year out, they use the Raiders as leverage. I don't know if this is one of those kind of moves. I don't know if he really would want to be a Raider, but if he really wants to be a Raider and he's pounding the table, telling his agents and stuff, make it happen, this can get interesting. But we have all of our receivers under contract right now, you guys. A lot of money being allocated to the wide receiver position. Jacoby's under contract. Renfrow, Devontae. It's just this is a pipe dream, to say the least. But What do you guys think about potentially bringing in a Brandon Aiyuk? I'm gonna be honest, this would be insane. It would take the offense to a whole nother level if we identify the quarterback for sure. But this is interesting. This is interesting. Only a day after the Super Bowl, Brandon Aiyuk and his people are already trying to get out of Santa Clara. I don't know if this is a direct shot at Shanahan. I don't know. Shanahan had this guy very much so, active in this offense during the regular season and in the playoffs leading up to the Super Bowl. So, under Shanahan, the guy had over 1,300 yards receiving and 7 touchdowns. So I don't know if this is, him saying, the fifth-year option, I want extend me. This may be just a frustrated player that says, I don't want the fifth-year option. I don't want that. I want you guys to extend my contract, keep me around, pay me a shit ton of money to keep me here because I deserve it. And he does. You look at the stats, deservingly so. And I'm going to be honest, you guys, you look at Deebo Samuel's contract, it's insane. It is insane. A guy that continues to get hurt week in and week out. I think he's getting paid like $20+ million this upcoming season, right? And he's continuing to show that he can't stay healthy. At this point, Deebo's a glorified running back getting paid wide receiver money. His route tree is very, very limited. I don't know if you've seen the Super Bowl, you guys, but the corners were pretty much running the same exact routes as Deebo Samuel. It was actually fucking hilarious that they knew exactly what he was going to do. It was actually nasty, nasty work. But I would expect Shanahan to, you have to value Aiyuk over Deebo Samuel. It's going to be interesting to see how the Niners, try and keep this thing together. They have some interesting free agents this upcoming offseason as well in free agency. So we'll see how they do this. But I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't see Brandon Aiyuk going anywhere. I think that he'll play out his fifth-year option, which is $14 million, somewhere in that range. And I think they'll pay him wide receiver one money, whether it's next season or next offseason. I think they keep him around and make him happy to be one of the highest paid wide receivers, and rightfully so. But this is, I could imagine, Jayden Daniels, Brandon Aiyuk, that 1-2 Arizona State punch playing in Vegas. I would love it. But I do think this is a far-fetched, just pipe dream. And, but it's interesting that they brought up the Raiders. His best friend, his brother brought up the Raiders, BA to Vegas. Something to keep an eye on this upcoming, free agency period. It's going to be interesting to see what the Niners do with this, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. I appreciate you guys. I see all the supers. Let me get some in. I'm going to get some more comments in as well. Appreciate you guys as always. Let me see. Salute to Raider Trap. Big fan of the show. Keep up that content. Salute to my brother, man. I appreciate you on a $5 donation and the kind words, my brother. Salute, salute, salute. Let me see. Also, salute to Mateo. Nasty wide receiver room. And it'll give a lot of confidence to our incoming rookie quarterback, but we need that DT we've been asking for. And this is facts. And the thing is this, people aren't realizing Brandon Aiyuk, yeah, it sounds good, but you're going to have to give up some things to go get him. This isn't a free agency, situation where you could potentially go out and just pay him a massive amount of money to be your guy. This isn't one of those type of situations. You're going to probably, if you want to go get Jayden Daniels, you're going to have to package up a bunch of draft capital in order to do it. And if you want Brandon Aiyuk, you're going to have to probably send a player and even more draft capital. To be honest, this is a very, 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 like I said before, pipe dream to say the least. Salute to Mateo on a $5 donation. And I agree with you, brother. We have to look at the DT position. We have to get that guy. Look, if we don't get that defensive tackle this year, you guys, Max doesn't get that 20+ sacks that we know he can get, right? 14.5 last year without a real dominant presence in that defensive tackle in the middle of that defensive line. That says a lot about who Max Crosby is. You know what I'm saying? And Cam Newton gave him praise, saying that he reminds him of J.J. Watt because of the motor. That is a hell of a comparison. They don't have the same game by any stretch, but I'm just saying the motor-wise, Cam Newton hit the nail on the head with that one. But if you want to unlock his full potential and you want this guy, Max Crosby, to go out there and win that Defensive Player of the Year, and you want him to get that north of 20 sacks, you have to get that dominant force in the middle of your defensive line. And I'm all for going to pay a Chris Jones, or a Christian Wilkins from the Dolphins, or a Leonard Williams, but you have to go get that dominant force in the middle of that defensive line to allow Max to be freed up to make those big numbers happen, make that big production happen. If we want Max to get 20 sacks this year, You have to identify the defensive tackle position, and you do that this year in free agency. Salute to my guy, Mateo. Salute to Mike Downs, my brother, on a $5 special. Docs, without a doubt, I would pursue Chris Jones. He would be absolutely my first choice. And if we get him, we would dominate on that line. And I think that Chris Jones is definitely looking at the Raiders. And also, we heard him say, great organization, great facilities, but we also heard him say he would like to run it back and go for a three-peat. But I can definitely see Chris Jones being a target for this Raiders team. I think that AP knows, that the Chiefs are the standard. They're the gold standard in the NFL. And he knows how much that would beat them to shit by going over there and taking a Chris Jones, whose market value is like $28.4 million, something like that on Spot Track. If you can pay him that kind of money and strip your division rival of that kind of talent, we're on to something. I think AP definitely values the defensive tackle position. I definitely think that he's going to try and weaken the Chiefs in free agency once it opens. And I wouldn't be mad if we gave him that 25 or 28 and a half, 29, 30 million range. Bring him in, give him a 3-4 year deal. He is a guy that is a force to be reckoned with, and it showed in the Super Bowl. Salute to my guy, Mike Downs. Salute to Don, also my brother. This is a leverage move. We spoke about that. Build the defense, but if everyone starts restructuring to fit free agents or free agents start signing for less, that'll be all the more reason to say fuck them picks and get AP's boy. Salute to Don with the haymaker and a $10 donation. My brother, I appreciate you as always. Great comment, man. Hit that like button, y'all. Salute to my brother John, man, in the building. You already know the lone moderator over here at OLV. Salute to my brother, man. Salute to Sean as well, my guy. Morning, Graphk. My 15-year-old son, Tyler, is super down after Sunday. Can you give Tyler Hittenberger a Raider shout out? I will text it to him at school. Come on, man. Let's do this, man. Chat. Let's get right. Let's get right. Salute to Sean. Salute to Tyler. Great name, too. That's my middle name. So great name, Tyler. Salute to Tyler Hittenberger. Raiders, don't be down, King. This upcoming season is going to be, we're in for a long, enjoyable ride this upcoming 2024 NFL season. I'm telling you now, don't be down. It's all good, man. Salute to my boy Sean and salute to Tyler as well, man. Let me see. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, I don't know if you guys seen this as well. AP went and signed his son to be a coach on the offensive side of the football. What do you guys think about this? He was coaching, I believe, at Cal Poly. Interesting. I like it, man. A guy that went out and grabbed his bloodline. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at this at all. What do you guys think about AP going out and signing his son to be one of our offensive side of the ball coaches, man? I'm not against this. I love to see guys being put in place like AP to have that kind of power to bring their family in. We've seen John Gruden do it with Deuce. You know what I mean? Brought him in to help make sure these guys are in shape, during the season, during the off season. I'm not against this, man. I actually like this a lot for AP to be able to go out there and sign, his guy, his son, to come in and help on the offensive side of the football. I love it, man. I love it. Salute to my girl, Jacqueline, day one. Trades of free agent signings, I think, are going to be fire because players are going to want to play for AP. So excited for this offseason and 2024 season. Salute to my sis, my family, Jacqueline, day one. Appreciate you on the $5 donation. You already know what time it is. Yes, busy. Family business. Let me see. That's what you're supposed to do for your kids. Facts, man. Look, I'm already planning, years down the line, you guys, to give my son. My son is a huge Raiders fan. He loves talking football. This will be my son's channel whenever he wants to take it over. You know what I'm saying? My son Elijah, like, he loves the Raiders, loves talking football. At some point when he's ready to go and I'm ready to step away, my son is going to be doing this. This is what we live for as fathers, to be able to, come here, man, pull up. You know what I mean? We never know. Antonio Pierce's son may end up being a head coach at some point later on in his future, man. I love to see it. He said family time in the trenches. Love it, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. We talked about Brandon Aiyuk and all the crazy stuff that his family, his girlfriend, his brother is putting into the universe on Instagram and Twitter. We talked about Brandon Aiyuk's 5th-year option. It's $14.1 million, I believe. I do not see the 49ers moving on from their number one target at the receiver position at all. I think he will be a 49er for the foreseeable future. Also, you guys, we talked about this the other day, but there's some more information now with this situation. I don't know if, I'll bring it back up. Raiders player arrested for DUI after hitting a woman at Las Vegas resort. So we talked about Janarius Robinson, the 24-year-old getting a DUI. We didn't really have a lot of information. Some people were saying don't cut him yet. We don't know what happened, but more information is starting to flow. And this is actually kind of insane, you guys. The week he actually officially signs his deal to become back on, I believe, a $900,000 1-year deal with our Raiders to be that rotational defensive end. He gets into some trouble. Janarius Robinson, 24. Shout out to news3lv.com. Janarius Robinson, 24, was booked on Tuesday, February 6th at the ARIA, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police. Wrote in their impaired driving report, police were called to the resort after a woman was hit by a vehicle and became pinned between two cars. The report states she was taken to the hospital before officers arrived. Surveillance video showed Robinson getting in and out of the vehicle at 5:48 a.m. after the incident occurred. According to the report, an officer spoke with Robinson and wrote that he had a strong odor of alcohol emitting from his person and bloodshot and watery eyes. Details of how many drinks Robinson said he had and when he last had a drink were eradicated, as were the results of a field sobriety test. Police wrote after they obtained a warrant for blood to be drawn. Court reports indicated that Robinson was released on his own recognition. I don't know that word. His next court appearance is scheduled for June 4th. A defensive end, Robinson signed with the Raiders practice squad before the beginning of 2023 season. He was elevated to the active roster in November and appeared in 6 games for the Raiders. So nasty work. It looks as though someone was hurt in this situation. A girl was pinned between two cars. I've seen enough. Janarius Robinson does not need to be a Raider at all. Cut this man, move on, cut ties. He is a rotational piece at best. It's time to move on from this kid. I hate to see, he's such a young guy, 24, 25 years old, bright future ahead of him. I watched him very closely at Florida State. I thought he would be an earlier draft pick in that year's draft coming out when he went to the Minnesota Vikings, I believe, in the 4th round. But this is nasty work, man. Nasty work. You have to cut ties with him. It's so easy to go replace someone like a Janarius Robinson and what he brings to the table. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. AP, do the right thing. You did it with Roderick Teamer. The Raiders have done it in the past, moved on from other guys that have had these kind of situations. It's time to cut bait. It's time to cut ties with Janarius Robinson. Nasty work, man. Prayers to everybody involved, including Janarius Robinson. I hope he gets his mind right and he figures this shit out, and maybe somehow, some way he can jump on with another team at some point. He's still fairly young, but this is not a good thing for anybody involved in this situation at all, man. Salute to my guy, Kwa. Salute, soldier. I would rather have Leonard Williams in pain for a little more than what it would cost a guy from the Chiefs. Salute to my guy, Kwa. I'm all for going out to get a Leonard Williams. Familiarity with Patrick Graham. They were together out there in New York, with their time at the Giants. I'm not against that. Another guy, Leonard Williams, that can kick inside and kick outside. You can use him as a defensive end. You can use him as a defensive tackle. He grew up in the LA area, grew up a Raider fan. I'm all for it. Salute to my brother Kwa, and definitely would be a lot more inexpensive than bringing in the likes of a Chris Jones. Let me see. Salute. Oh, Delano, man. I know a lot of people are asking me that. I'll give you guys an update. I'm not going to really put a date on it. I'm going to just say that, me and my brother Honcho, we had a call yesterday. Great call. Talked for about 45 minutes, an hour. Caught up, checking in with each other's families and all that good stuff. And we just had a great call, man. And I'm kind of going to leave it at that. But you will at some point here in the near future see the revamped Wipe Them Feet and Get the Strap podcast with yours truly and Raider Honcho. So stay tuned for that. Salute to my guy Honcho, man. Had a great conversation. Look, man, we're too old to be holding on to grudges, especially with internet goofy shit. We realized that a lot of the stuff that was going on between me and him was people creating narratives on the internet and people, wanting us to go back and forth. And we realize that, man. We're two men. We have kids. We're fathers. You know what I mean? None of the goofy shit anymore. So you will see something here in the near future, you guys. Salute to my guy Honcho, man. Salute to Rage. Graphk, what type of coach will he be for us? What do you mean, Rage? What do you mean, brother? Hold on real quick. What do you mean? What kind of coach? Are you talking about Pierce's? Are you talking about Pierce's son, or are you talking about Antonio Pierce? Is that who you're talking about? If you're talking about AP, I don't know what you mean, but if you're talking about Pierce's son, my apologies, you guys. I said offense. He'll be a defensive quality coach. Defensive quality coach. Well, that's what he was at Cal Poly. So I'm assuming he's coming in to be. Let me see. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Let me see what we actually brought him on for. I'm gonna read this article real quick. Salute to everybody here in the building. Let me see. I believe he's coming in for the same job. Let me see. Hold on real quick, y'all. Salute to everybody here in the building. Salute to my brother Ridgeback, also my guy. Yeah, he'll be a quality coach, a quality. My bad, y'all. I'm all over the place right now. I got so much stuff up. He'll be a quality control coach with us. That's what it'd be, Rage. So I was right. Offensive quality coach. So he'll be on the offensive side of the ball. But he was on the defensive side of the ball coaching at Cal Poly. Got you, Rage. Got you, my brother. Big Pern, I'm actually about to watch that interview right after this. So I will give my opinion and my take. I've heard some great things about that interview with Ryan Clark and those guys at the Pivot. I heard AP killed it. As always, I'm excited to see what that looks like. Let me see. Yeah, Stacy, there you go. Basically holding the tackle dummies, which is a job I would love. Got to start somewhere. He's going to start from the ground up. But AP gave him an opportunity to do it. I'm excited to see this young kid build up his resume at the NFL level, man. Let me see. Talked about Janarius Robinson. Also, you guys, I know a lot of people in the nation don't want to hear this. You know, I grew up hating Tom Brady, but we have to talk about it. It is Raider related. It is Raiders news. But we know that there's been a lot of talk about Tom Brady owning some minority stake in our team. There was a lot of stuff going on. I believe he was trying to get like the deal of all deals. It was turned down. I guess Mark and the NFL and Tom Brady are working together to try and figure out how to bridge that gap in terms of bringing him in as a minority owner. But it looks as though it's finally coming to fruition. Salute to yahoo.com. Tom Brady is pulling ever closer to finally becoming a limited owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. According to NFL Network, he's reportedly cleared the final hurdles standing in his way. Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero reported that by March 4th or 5th, Brady's investment is expected to be reviewed when the league's finance committee meets in New York. The NFL annual league meeting takes place from March 24th to 27th is when final approval would happen if everything clears. So it looks as though here very soon in the next few weeks, you guys, Tom Brady will have a minority stake in our Las Vegas Raiders. So there you have it. Something I don't want to talk about a lot because we talked about this all last year. But there is an update in terms of where it is in terms of him coming in and having a minority stake in our team. So it looks as though it is getting closer and closer to happening. And it looks as though it may happen next week in March, as the owners come together and vote on this. So stay tuned for that. A guy that Mark Davis has definitely been leaning on a lot for, football guidance, bringing in coaches, bringing in this, and that. He's definitely been leaning on one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and rightfully so. I mean, Tom Brady's resume is one of one. You know what I mean? So, Freight, I hear you. I understand. But also we have to realize this. When you bring in the likes of a Tom Brady to have limited ownership in your team, it also helps you with everything, right? It's Tom Brady. I mean, who wouldn't want to come in, a young quarterback that we draft and potentially be able to lean on Tom Brady? I don't know if you guys seen Brady sitting in the locker room area when Jimmy G, Aiden O'Connell ran out. Brian Hoyer came out and Tom Brady was talking to him, kind of getting him hyped up. I'm excited about Aiden, a guy that, some part of his skill set, his release and, so on and so forth has been kind of tied to Tom Brady, right? I'm excited to see our young guys, whether it's Aiden and another guy or if it's Aiden and whoever, being able to go look up Tom Brady and say, hey, man, let me pick your brain and I want to get my game elevated. I want to be up here. Who's a better guy to lean on than a Tom Brady? Is what it is. It is what it is. I understand my fandom. It's like, man, it makes me sick. But the football, nerd in me is like, great move. Great move. Salute to Chad, man. Doc, you and Hammer are my two favorite Raiders YouTube channels. I love watching and listening. I appreciate you, Chad. And actually, I just sent the invite to Hammer to see if he wanted to pull up. So we'll see if my brother wants to pull up. I know he's kind of stuck in a snowstorm right now in Jersey right now. Didn't have to go to work. So we shall see. Salute to 72. What do you think of QB Pratt of Tulane? I don't know about a starter immediately, but, he's starting to rise up a lot of people's draft boards. I'm starting to hear a lot more about Pratt as the draft, process gets closer. I can't say he's a starter at this point, Nova, but I am excited about where he could potentially go. I mean, this was a guy that at one point people had him in the later rounds, as a development type talent. And now there's rumblings of him being a middle, third round pick, fourth round pick. I've even seen some mock drafts that had him going in a second with teams taking, a flyer on him that early. So I can't say he's a starter yet. I got to see where he is, coming up to the NFL level. It's a total difference of playing at Tulane, but it's going to be interesting, Nova, to see where he goes. And he is definitely one of those hidden gems at the quarterback position that I'm excited to see where he goes in this upcoming draft. And if we decide on going with the QB in the middle rounds, I'm not against looking at Pratt as our guy to come in and battle it out with Aiden O'Connell and potentially a veteran that comes in from free agency. Salute to Jason, man. Blessings, brother, to you and the family. Hope y'all have a blessed day. Raider Nation for life. Salute to my brother, man, Jason Hunter. Always showing love at what we do over here at OLV, man. My dog. Salute to Larry DM. I think it's good for Mark to have a winner so close to him in his inner circle. I mean, look what he's doing. Look what he's doing. Brought in Richard Seymour out of nowhere. Richard Seymour is a guy he's leaning on, a proven winner at the NFL level. You know what I mean? Look, he's got a lot of great minds around him, a lot of great football minds. I know firsthand that he talks to Charles Woodson a lot. You know what I mean? So you can never have enough great Hall of Fame type guys around you to be able to pick their brains and be able to elevate your organization, man. I'm all for it. Salute to Larry, man, on the $5 donation. Like Chad, I feel like we found our tribe, man. Salute to Martin, man, my dog. Appreciate you, brother. One thing, man, that we didn't talk, salute to my brother, Big Mike. It's good to see you in the building, my brother. One thing that we didn't talk about, you guys, was I had this thought this morning, right? I know a lot of people were talking about Chad Ochocinco potentially coming in. He was trolling a little bit about being a coach, whether it was wide receivers coach or so on and so forth, right? I started thinking about it. I forgot that Chad has a cigar line, which is 85. At one point, we were actually about to be doing some business with him over at the 8 Lounge. I'm starting to think that maybe Antonio Pierce, the cigars, the celebration, the locker room, I'm starting to think that maybe, just maybe, there's going to be some type of partnership there in terms of cigar, Antonio Pierce. Starting to think that maybe they were trolling a little bit, because that may be what this is. Maybe somehow, some way we celebrate our wins with 85 in his cigar line. I just thought about that this morning, you guys. A lot of people were saying, he was trolling this, and that. I'm thinking that maybe the connection is there in terms of business, not coaching, not none of this, not none of that, but maybe the connection is the cigars. So stay tuned for that. Maybe somehow, some way, something unfolds here in the near future where we come together on some type of partnership with 85. So stay tuned for that. Salute to my brother Graham Cam in the building. My dog. Salute to Daniel Kim in the building. David Zahn, my brother. Hey, did y'all see Aiyuk's story? He posted 2 hours ago, 1 hour and a half ago with the jerseys. Yeah, dude isn't going to be there next year. Yeah, we talked about that early, but I didn't see that. Let me see. I don't think he wants that 5th-year option, Graham. Let me see. I'm going to look up Brandon Aiyuk real quick. Let me see what he got going on over there. Brandon Aiyuk. Let's see what he got going on in his stories, man. Salute to the 1,000 people in the building. Okay, so he says, don't forget what you got there, okay? Boom. Post a picture with his girl. That's nothing. Damn. Posted this. Thanksgiving, Philly. Super Bowl, clean, Christmas. He's definitely trying to get out of there right now, man. I don't know if he's using this as leverage to get more money. Maybe he just does not like, the idea of them picking up his 5th-year option. Maybe it is because of the involvement in the offense. Hey, this is going to be a crazy offseason, Graham. It's going to be a crazy offseason, man. Yeah, salute to Woodson Whiskey, my family over there, man. If you guys get a chance to, go over to woodsonwhiskey.com, buy a bottle, tell them I sent you, man. Salute to 10 Commandments, my guy. Is this ownership stake along the lines of the Williams sisters owning a piece? It is. 10 Commandments, it is. Small portion. I believe it's like a 10% type ownership. I think it's somewhere along the lines of like 10%. So it's nothing insane, nothing crazy, but he will have some stake within our organization. So there you have it. But yeah, something along the lines of that. Salute to Raider Ben, my guy, man. Is the Aiyuk tweet false or true by a family? Oh, it's true. It's true, brother. It is definitely true. It is right there for everyone to see. Definitely. But I don't know if he wants to come to Vegas. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, man, you got Brock Purdy there as your quarterback. You had over 1,300 yards. You had 7 touchdowns this year. We don't even have a quarterback at this point. We have Aiden O'Connell as our number 1. So I'm going to be real with you guys. Like, maybe this is just emotions right now. Maybe emotions are riding high because he lost the Super Bowl. But I'm going to be honest with you. The Niners are in a lot better situation than us right now in terms of the quarterback position. A lot. I mean, the defensive side of the football. I mean, I don't know what this is right now. Let's just let this unfold. I'm thinking right now that emotions are just really riding high right now, Ben. You know what I mean? I think that emotions are really riding high. He's pissed off about his involvement. He thinks that he could have helped won his team a Super Bowl. And I think that's where it is at this point. So I think there's not really too much to look into this. We kind of talked about it early on in the show. But I think Brandon Aiyuk will be a Niner. I think they're going to pay him a shit ton of money after his 5th-year option, and he'll be their number 1 guy for years to come. Let me see. Salute, man. Hey, Columbia, you ain't never lied, bro. Don't underestimate how attractive the Raiders are to free agents because of AP. You ain't never lied, my brother. Got those supers in, man. Salute to my brother, man. Once again, man. Hug out there handing out memberships like Oprah handing out car keys. You get a membership. You get a membership. You get a membership. Salute to my guy, Hug D's, man. My brother, man. I appreciate you. And then once again, my brother Jason Hunter comes out and does the same thing, man. Salute to both of my brothers, Jason Hunter and John, man. Salute to all the new members that are being gifted memberships, man. Salute. Let me see. Salute to my guy Federo in the building, man. What's good, King? Emmanuel, that would be crazy, right? That would be insane. We get Jayden and pairing with Tay and BA. It'd be nasty work out there for opposing defenses. But there's a lot that has to happen for that to happen, man. You know what I mean? It's already a it's a long shot already to move up to go get Jayden Daniels. So how do you go get a BA? I mean, do you say, hey, take Hunter Renfrow and we'll give you a future draft pick? I don't know how this works, but if you're going to go get Jayden, you're already packaging up a bunch of draft capital to go get him. So unless he just falls down the draft board, which I don't see happening at all. He's a top 3 pick. But going to be interesting, man. Going to be interesting. Salute to Hafi, my dog. Both teams got to see how good it is in Vegas. Factory. And, the Niners have some interesting free agents this year. They got some corners that are hitting free agency. They have a young pass rusher in Chase Young that had a sack in the Super Bowl. Didn't really live up to the hype. I'm going to be honest with you. Even when he went over to the Niners, they still had problems with their pass rush. So I don't know who the hell Chase Young is at this point. And I'm going to be honest, I'd rather run with Malcolm Kuntz on that 1 year left on his deal. So I don't think we look that way. But it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. That you definitely, those free agents for the Niners and Chiefs got an opportunity to see what we provide, not in terms of just our buildings, but like the city, the entertainment factor. You know what I mean? It's just unmatched. It's 1-on-1. Vegas is definitely a special place. And then you factor in AP, a guy who was a players type guy. I'm telling you, man, there could be some crazy stuff, Hafi, that happens this offseason, man, in terms of free agency and the draft. We are in for a ride. Man. I can't say that enough. We are in for a ride. Salute to my guy, Rage, man. As always, you think we draft Lourdes QB at 13? Wait, Lourdes? And move up somehow from 44th pick to draft our OL? What do you mean, Reg? What do you mean? I think if we're going to draft at 13, we're taking the best player available. That is Tom Telesco's, that's his MO. That's his MO. You know what I mean? Best player available. But I do see us moving up if it doesn't, if Tom Telesco doesn't think that it's just mortgaging our entire future. I see us moving up rather than staying at 13, or maybe there's potential move back. You know what I mean? Maybe we move back a little bit, pick up some extra draft capital. I don't know, but I don't know what you mean. Look, you think we draft Lourdes QB? I don't know what that means. Salute to my brother, though. Docs, where do you think Marvin Harris Jr. goes? He's going to the Arizona Cardinals. They're going to pair him with Kyler Murray to give him a number 1 weapon, and he's going to be a dog. Hall of Fame type talent. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a top 5 wide receiver probably in year 1 if he goes to a situation where they have a quarterback already in play. But I have him going to the Arizona Cardinals at 4. Unless Chicago really just says we're not going Caleb Williams and they can't trade that first pick and then they take Marvin Harrison Jr., that'd be a shocker. But I have him going to Arizona. Okay, Lourdes was supposed to be ours. Salute the Rage. My apologies, brother. My apologies. But it's going to be interesting at 13. If Michael Penix Jr. falls there, if JJ McCarthy falls there, if Bo Nix falls, we're in. But look, shit can get real different right there at 13 if those guys are still available. Salute the Raider, man, my guy. But I definitely think he goes to Arizona. I've had him going to Arizona the entire draft process. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless they shocked everybody and took a offensive lineman to help, protect Kyler Murray, which I can see, but I think they take Marvin Harrison and they go get some offensive line help in the second round because it's a deep offensive line class. Salute to my guy, Jose, as always. I believe I brought it up to you yesterday, Graphk. I'd like for us to bring in Stump Mitchell and James Camden for our running backs coach and OL coach, along with you, bro. You keep mentioning these guys. And I'm not against it, Jose. I'm not against it, bro. Actually, I think I hit like on your comment, whether it was in the community tab or on Instagram. But I hear you, brother. You are definitely, right. You need to be their agent. Bro. You should be getting paid to promote these guys like this. But we talked about it yesterday on the live. Hey, man, bring in Marshawn Lynch. Jose, bring in Marshawn Lynch. Hey, AP already is saying bring in former players, a guy that's already living in Vegas. Bring in Marshawn Lynch. Bring in one of the best running backs of all time to help get these guys prepared at the running back spot. Bring in Marshawn Lynch. I don't know if you'd want to, but it's worth a shot. Could you imagine AP and Marshawn Lynch in the same building as coaches? Phenomenal. I would love it. Salute to the 1,000 people in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Jose said that'd be great. It'd be phenomenal. So Silver, man, my guy on the $10 donation. Yo, Graphk, tell me if I'm wrong, but it seems like that dude comes back around every time you level up. You're smarter than I am with this shit, but I just felt the need to point that out. Who are you talking about, So Silver? Who are you talking about? I don't know who you're talking about. Please let me know in the comment section, brother. And if you're talking about Honcho, that is definitely not. I reached out to him. So that is not, it's not a situation at all. So I got to disagree with you, brother. That's not at all. If that's who you're speaking of, I reached out to him. Let me see. I'm just at a place in my life, man. I don't want to, there's no reason to have problems with anyone that you've had love and respect for, in the past, man. We moving into the right direction, man. No drama, none of that over here. It is what it is. Yo, Docs, did you see the clip from Ryan Clark and AP's interview where Clark said it would be hard to trade up for a QB and AP simply said, why? I love it. But I'm watching that interview right after this live. I promise you this. Joey, the more and more I hear Rattler, the way the stuff I hear about him mentally, the stuff that he's talking to these scouts, at the Senior Bowl and all that other good stuff. I'm excited. It looks as though he has matured. It looks as though he is ready to get, busy at the next level. I'm all for it. And Rattler's going to be, he's going to be a wild card in this year's draft. He can go somewhere in those mid rounds, or he could be a surprise get in the later the first or in the second round, depending on where it looks like at the combine. And we'll be out there in a few weeks, you guys. We will be covering it. But I'm excited to see where he goes. But I like Rattler, man. If you don't trade up to go get one of these guys, I'm okay with taking a Spencer Rattler, man. So Silver, it's all love, brother. It's all love. Salute to my guy, Jose, once again. Yo, Docs, what do you think about AP's son on the staff? I love it. I talked about this early on in the show, Jose. I love it, man. This is what fathers live for, being able to provide opportunities, at the next level. I love it. He's going to be a quality coach, I believe, on the offensive side of the football. I'm here for it. And just like someone said in the chat, starting from the ground up, holding dummies, and handing out Gatorades and shit. He's going to be there to earn his keep. I love it, man. This is what fathers live for, being able to hand down opportunities to their kids. And hopefully, this kid takes full advantage of it. And at some point in the future, he becomes a head coach or whatever it is he wants to do at the next level. I love it. Let me see. Salute to Dies for life, man. Can't afford to be a member. How can I do that? Brother, at some point, we'll give some memberships, man. Definitely, brother. But don't worry about it, man. You don't have to be a member. Just kick it with us and just relax and enjoy the show, man. Don't worry about it, brother. Don't worry about it. Salute to my brother Mando in the building. Let me see. Hug says, something we haven't talked about is Mark Davis grilling potential GMs about their ability to move up in the draft for a quarterback. And this is facts. And this just came out a day or so ago as well about the process of us bringing in our GM and Mark Davis saying, look, what do you think about, packaging up some stuff and moving up? He's been very firm on that approach. Hug, I'm here for it. This is why, I see people saying, oh man, it's going to cost too much. We're not going to trade up. Tom Telesco never does that. I'm going to be real with you, man. I think Mark knows what's at stake. We just watched a 28-year-old quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, win his third fucking Super Bowl. I think everybody understands what's at stake here. You have to go identify the guy at the quarterback position to make this happen. Period. If you want to win Super Bowls, you want to win multiple Super Bowls. Shit, if you want to win one, you have to identify the quarterback. And this is the year, we've said it a million times, where it's the time to go do it. It's time to go make it happen. It's time to package up those future picks. Fuck those picks. Move up, go get your guy. Salute the kick nuts in the building. Yeah, Richard. Facts, brother. And I was going to actually bring that up here as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, this comes from Andy Reid, you guys. I love this. As NBC Sports, Peter King explained, Reid felt like the Raiders beat down to the Chiefs on Christmas Day at Arrowhead Stadium helped galvanize the future champs. I text him, Andy Reid told King. I just said, hey, beautiful facility, first of all, and I appreciate you kicking our tail because you taught us a lesson. You get complacent in this business. The margin between winning and losing is tiny. You better step up. There's a time and place for these players that have been here before. You know what it takes. If you're a veteran that's dropping the ball or you're a veteran getting the penalties, you better figure it out. Figure it out quick. This season's going to go down. I like that. I like that, man. I like it. He gave our guy flowers, texting AP and saying, look, thank you. Thank you for that ass whooping. And thank you for allowing us to be here, with your facilities and all that other good stuff. I love it, man. Andy Reid is such a good dude, man. Look, I know we hate, the Kansas City Chiefs, but I can never hate Andy Reid. It's just greatness personified. The guy is a great head coach, just one of the greatest offensive minds to ever do it. And he's even better human being, man. Salute to Andy Reid. I'm not here to shit on Andy at all, man. And salute to him for giving, AP his flowers, man. I love it. I love it. Salute to Richard, man. Salute to Jose also. 100% agree, Graphk. I hope AP's son can move up the tree and learn from coaches like AP, Patrick Graham, and Edgar Bennett, and even Luke Getsy. Let's get it. Salute to my brother, Jose, for the $10 donation. Let me see. Wipe them feet, y'all. Let me see. Yeah, Ricky Two Toes. Hate the Chiefs with a passion, but Andy Reid is the man. Facts. Salute to Eddie. Hell no, go get Chris Jones and shove it up the Chiefs' ass. Been a Raider fan for 50 years from Kansas and sick and tired of always listening to these Kansas City Chief fans. Damn, I want to throw it back at them. Well, guess what, Eddie? I agree with you, brother. I agree with you. I've been saying this for the past few months on this show. Go get Chris Jones no matter what it costs. We are going to have a lot of money. I think we're already $40-50 million at this point with salary cap, and we can free up even more money, 20 plus, 30 plus million dollars, restructuring some deals and moving on from Hunter Renfrow and Jimmy G. So I'm going to be honest. Go pay the tab. Go make Chris Jones your guy and help elevate that defensive line. Malcolm Coombs could potentially have north of 10 sacks with a guy that is a disruptor like Chris Jones. And like I said earlier on in the show, Max Crosby can have north of 20 sacks in one season if Chris Jones, is there in the interior of that defensive line. So I agree with you, Eddie, man. Salute to you out there behind enemy lines. Brother, my brother, salute to you on a $20 donation. Let me see. Yeah, Rube, definitely, man. Definitely. You got a guy like that, Andy Reid, and you got a weird dude like Travis Kelce. I can't stand that dude, bro. I can't, man. Him running up on Andy Reid, him singing Viva Las Vegas. You know what I mean? It's just, he's a weird dude, bro. Like, even, I don't know if y'all seen Taylor Swift's face, even when he was doing that shit, she looked kind of like, oh, this run's about to be over. This run's about to be over. Like, I still think that this is a media thing for Kelce and Swift. I do. I believe that the NFL probably hired Taylor Swift to be there with Travis Kelce. Look, let me put my conspiracy theorist hat on. I think this is a complete media thing. And I think at this point, it's almost over. And the way she looked at Travis Kelce when he was doing that was telling. I think she was like, man, what? It's nasty work. It's nasty work. Salute to Hafi on a $10 donation. Get Jones, trade them picks for a QB, but how do we improve the O-line? In the draft, Hafi. I've said this before, brother. This is probably one of the deepest classes in recent history with offensive linemen, from the guard position to the center position to the tackle position. You don't have to worry about improving the O-line in free agency. This is a very, very deep class. I'm talking about being able to get potential starters in the mid to later rounds. I'm telling you, man, like, you go pay Jones a massive amount of money. I'm cool with that. You trade those picks to get your quarterback. You've already identified the two biggest needs, and now you can spend the rest of that, the rest of that draft going to identify the guard position, a potential center, potential tackle, and then you can go fill in the blanks with a few corners or linebackers. You know what I mean? But this is the draft to go approach the offensive line. I'm telling you now, I'm with you on that approach. Get Jones, trade those picks, get your quarterback, and then just whatever you have left in that draft, approach the offensive line. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building. I appreciate you guys, as always, for rocking with me, man. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo, you guys. Make sure you wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Salute to all the new subscribers, all the new members. Salute to all the existing subscribers, and also to the non-members. Appreciate you guys, as always. Salute to my boy Jack. He says, your mental's at A1, Graphk. Salute to my guy. Salute to Hug also. From our research, Tom Telesco has moved up 4 times to get his guy. There's history, definitely history there. But, people don't want to give him his flowers for that. But we're talking about in terms of the first round. Hug, I believe he's only done it twice in his 11 years as a GM. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's twice. I know he's moved up, in other rounds, but I think he's only done it twice in terms of the first round. If I'm wrong, Hug, let me know. But I think he's only done it twice in the first round. Patrick, man, there's a lot of chaos going on right now on Instagram and Twitter. His girlfriend said that this is probably it for us. I'm in Santa Clara. His brother / best friend came out and said, Brandon Aiyuk to Vegas, send him to Vegas. They're pretty pissed about him only getting 3 catches in the Super Bowl. And it looks as though they're still on this emotional roller coaster coming off of that loss against the Chiefs. But I don't know how real it is. I really don't know how real this is. They can be trying to use this as, a negotiation tactic, because his 5th-year option is coming up is $14 million. I'm assuming that maybe, just maybe, they're trying to use this as a bargaining chip for him to get extended and get even more money. So I don't know. So we shall kind of stand pat and see where this goes. But even with the Brandon Aiyuk, that's not necessarily a need for us. With Devontae, one of the greatest receivers under contract. And, the report just came out also, you guys, that Devontae is not going anywhere. It looks as though Aaron Rodgers reportedly is trying to bring him out to New York. The Raiders are standing pat saying our guy is not going anywhere. So there's that. Devontae Adams is not going anywhere. So the closer and closer we get to the draft, I knew Aaron Rodgers was going to start kind of throwing out his bait and kind of fishing a little bit, but it's not going to happen. With Devontae under contract, with Jacoby still under contract, a few more years left on his deal, and still trying to figure out what we're going to do with Hunter Renfrow. And then we just drafted Trey Tucker in the 3rd round. It's not a necessity to go pay $14 million to Brandon Aiyuk. I would rather free up that Hunter Renfrow money and use that for the defensive side of the football. I get a lot of people can say, well, you can, move on from Hunter Renfrow and you could just pay Brandon Aiyuk. Yeah, that's great. But I personally would rather use that money on the defensive side of the football. The defense is just going like this, like this, like this. Keep building that defense. Make this one of the top 3 defenses in the NFL. It'll make the offensive side of the football life a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? So, he was targeted 6 times, 10 commandments, he had 3 receptions. But me personally, there's no real reason. If Aiyuk became a Raider, I would love it. Don't get me wrong. You got one of the best wide receivers in the league teaming up with Devontae and Jacoby. Come on. That's it doesn't get any better than that. But me personally, I would rather have that money put towards the defensive side of the football. Let me see. Salute to the 1,000 people, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Yeah, and to be real with you, Daniel, you're going to hear a lot of bullshit. Right now is the time you're going to hear a lot of bullshit. Real talk. Angel, I had a phenomenal time. My Kings shit the bed. We lost to the Thunder. We got blown out. But my sons got an opportunity to meet De'Aaron Fox, talk to him, pound him up, get autographs. It was worth the money that I spent for those seats. Let's just say that. My sons had a once-in-a-lifetime experience, man. It was definitely great. I got caught in a snowstorm on the way home, though. That sucked. But it was a phenomenal experience for my kids, man. Salute to Eddie as well for becoming a member. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support the channel. And I want to say my apologies, you guys, for not doing the mock draft members only this weekend. Last minute, we ended up going to Oklahoma City for the weekend. And so I did not do it. But I promise you, we will be doing that very, very soon. The members only mock draft before the draft. I want to get your guys' opinions and takes on this year's draft. So what we're going to do is have members only draft where we have a bunch of people come in. We'll pick seven people. They can do the mock draft, and then the following week we'll do it again. We'll continue to do mock drafts up until the draft. So stay tuned for that. Papa T, no, I'm not. I'm not happy about the A's move at all. And from what I'm hearing right now, there's a lot of questions about our A's or my A's moving to Las Vegas anyways. So it looks like there's a lot of question marks surrounding that move. But I want my A's to stay in Oakland, man. That city deserves it. And I just want a new owner. That's all I want. Give me a new owner, man, and we can keep it moving. Joey, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Yo. Marcos, I'm actually about to upload that story as a short, so stay tuned. It's actually not a short. It's like 13 minutes long, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. For those who didn't get an opportunity to watch the live yesterday, Stu told one of the craziest stories in the world. Brave, I don't know, bro. I really don't. I really don't. He doesn't owe anything to the Raiders. He doesn't owe anything to anybody. This man just got offered a head coaching position at UCLA. He does not have to uproot his family. He does not have to move. He can stay right there in LA. That's a situation that doesn't happen to a lot of people. I mean, let's be honest here. A running backs coach in Vegas or a head coaching job at UCLA. Come on, man. I don't understand people making this shit bigger than what it needs to be. That guy got offered an opportunity of a lifetime, and he took it. Salute to Deshaun Foster, man. Let me see. Salute to 83, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Unknown Kansas boys. Exactly. I wish him the best. Facts. Salute, though, man, to 83 on becoming a member, man. Lock your doors. Stupac. Salute the Demented Raider, man. What else we got? We talked about the Aaron Rodgers recruiting. That Devontae Adams thing's not going to happen, man. It's not going to stick. Devontae will be a Raider, you guys. The Raiders finally came out and said something about this. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. It's not. And I think, was it Ian Rappaport that broke that news? Who was it that broke that news about us keeping Devontae around? But either way, whoever broke the news, he's not available. So he's not going anywhere. We talked about Antonio Pierce's coach, becoming a coach on our team. I believe he's going to be an offensive quality coach. So salute to him. That is a beautiful thing. We talked about Andy Reid giving Antonio Pierce his flowers, texting him during the Super Bowl. I love that. We also talked about Tom Brady finally locking in, his minority ownership. It looks as though that should be done here by March, I believe. And man, let's get a couple questions in before I get out of here, you guys. Moving forward, I talked about what I needed to talk about. Let's get some questions in, man. That story writes itself, Brave. Writes itself. Think about that. Rattler wearing 12. The snake, Rattler, 12. Story writes itself. The Mokes definitely seen that. Phenomenal video. The only thing I was pissed off was it was only 6 minutes long. That sucked. Like I wish that was a 30, 45 minute long video. But a hell of a tribute to our guy, John Madden also, and Al Davis. Let me see. 10 Commandments. I think we talked about that. You know what I mean? We already have one in Trey Tucker. DeAndre Carter's a free agent. I think we let him walk. We still have DJ Turner. He's still on the team. A lot of speed there. I know he's kind of became a special teams ace for us, but who's to say he doesn't get any more opportunities on the offensive side of the football? We have two speedsters. You know what I'm saying? There's some guys out there that you can look at in free agency, and there's also some guys in this draft that you can take a look at in those mid to later rounds. But we have some speed on this team, 10 Commandments. I mean, do you think we really need to add a lot more? Maybe get more of a we need to add another tight end. Maybe a guy that has some speed at the tight end position. But I think we have two speedsters on this roster already. You know what I mean? And who are you thinking about? There's some free agents, but they're gonna cost a shit ton of money. And I don't want to pay a free agent wide receiver in free agency. I'd rather go draft one. I'd rather have one on a rookie deal. Salute to Rube. We'd have the two best blocking wide receivers with BA and Jacoby. Now, this is facts. People tend to forget how great Brandon Aiyuk is in a blocking game. Also, another yak monster. Great with the yards after the catch. We said, I think he averages 18 yards a reception. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's big. Only second to George Pickens. That's crazy. What would a BA contract look like? We'd be the best destination for a rookie quarterback. This is facts. Facts, but it's going to cost a shit ton of money, bro. Rube, do you want to pay two receivers $20 million a year? I don't. Jacoby is already getting paid a nice chunk of change. Hunter Renfrow at this point is still getting paid a massive amount of money, and then we know what Devontae Adams' contract looks like. So me personally, no. I just don't think that this is a realistic thing here. I think that these guys are emotional right now, coming off of the Super Bowl, and I don't think that this is a realistic fit in terms of money and in terms of what we would have to give up to bring him in, because you're going to have to give up draft capital. You have to trade for him. He's on a fifth-year deal and fifth-year option in 2024, you guys. We would have to trade for Brandon Aiyuk. It's not going to happen. And that shit ain't leather. That shit ain't leather at all. Hey, man, I like that. And Arlen, appreciate you, brother. Been a member for 20 months. Tell me what you guys think about my script. Okay. I don't know if you guys seen this on Twitter. Don't know if you've seen this on Instagram, but I'm gonna read it off right now. Okay. This is my bold take for 2024. Okay. Here it goes. 2024 Raiders script. Beat the Chiefs twice. Books Taylor Swift for a halftime show. Turns her mic off mid-performance, forcing her to shake it off. Jayden Daniels becomes this year's CJ Stroud, but in Vegas, and makes the playoffs. AP gets an Air Force One deal, and the whole team wears black Air Force One cleats against divisional teams. What do y'all think about my script? What do y'all think about my script? I kind of like it, man. I kind of like where that's going. Now that shit's leather. That shit is leather. Salute to Ben with 26 million. Will 26 million lure Jones to Vegas? I don't think so. Spot Track has him at, I believe, 28 and a half. It's going to cost more than that, Ben. It is. It's going to cost more than that. And there may be another team like the Bears that can come out of left field and say, we have a shit ton of money. We're a defensive-minded team. We'll pay you the $30 million. So you're going to have to pay him what the market value is or a hair over that. You know what I mean? But it's not going to be $26 million at all. At all. Yeah, and Desiree to 26 mil, no Nevada taxes. You could be right. Could be right. But I'm not going to play around with Chris Jones. Just give him what he asked for. Give him what he asked for. That's a major get, you guys. Like, just give him what he asked for. Talk that shit. Script is fire. Let's go. Let's go. And, you know, he definitely, and he's younger, right? Played really well for the Baltimore Ravens last year. Had a good year prior to. But, you know, this is a move that weakens your divisional rival and makes your defense that much stronger. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at him, definitely, man. Young defensive tackle out there in Baltimore, a baller. But I'm looking at Chris Jones, man. Not only do you make your team better, but you just weaken the gold standard in your division, man. Salute the rage. Come on, y'all. Wipe them feet, man. It definitely helps the channel, man. Hit that thumbs up and also hit that subscribe button, man. Why are you out on paying 28 mil to Jones? Why? One of the best defensive tackles in the league? Why? Why would you be out on that? Salute to my guy, East Coast Gridiron, man, my dog. I'm paying him money, man. I'm paying him that money. Pay that man. Marco, it's not really about It's not really about what he wants. It's about Kansas City. Remember this. Last season, you guys, they played mind games with Chris Jones. He was holding out. He wanted a new deal. Remember this. They ended up tinkering with his contract and gave him like $20+ million to stick around for 1 year. They played with him last year. They played with his money. And I don't know. Let me see something. I'm going to check something out real quick. Kansas City Chiefs salary cap 2024. I want to see where they are in terms of money. So right now, it looks as though they have $22 million. Okay? $22 million. That's where they are right now. $22.6 million. Are they going to spend all that on Chris Jones and then restructure some other deals and bring him in? They have, Snead, who's a free agent. They have some other guys that they potentially, they got to clean up that O-line a little bit. Do you think that they're going to want to spend all that money? And they can restructure and make some and create some more money, but that's not a lot of money to play with, you guys. That's not a lot of money. How do you bring back a Chris Jones and a Snead? Like, how do you make that happen? They're going to have to let one of them walk. They're probably going to have to let one of them walk. It's not a lot of money. We have more money than these guys. We can pay Chris Jones. We can afford to bring in this guy. Yeah, Gary, like how do you defend that? Like, how do you defend Malcolm Kuntz, Tyree Wilson, Chris Jones, and Max Crosby? How? I don't like, you cannot defend that by any, I don't give a shit what offensive line you have. You can't defend that. Can't. I would do that, Sin City. $100 million for 3 years, $30 million a year. I would do that all day, every day. All day, every day. Yep. There you go. Chris Jones already has 3 rings. He just needs a payday. But he can get the 4th playing with the team that can beat his former team. Come on, man. Come on. 3 out of 100. I like it. Yes, you can get O-linemen in the draft, you guys. This is a heavy O-line draft at every position. I've said it a million times. You gotta, like, if you're questioning our offensive line and what we're gonna do, you have to dive into the draft. Do some homework, do some research. Look at these guards coming up, look at these centers coming up, look at these tackles. There's a lot of talent that you can develop at the offensive line with that offensive line. I'm telling you now. Yeah, and Tyree can develop as well. Could you imagine what Tyree would look like next to Chris Jones? Yep, and facts. Trenches are deep this year. I still question the defensive tackle class. I mean, there's some guys there, but I don't think this is a class like last year at the defensive tackle position. I'm not a fan of a lot of those guys. I'm gonna be real with you, man. There's some sneaky hidden gems in the later rounds that I like. I mean, there's a few guys, like Newton and so on and so forth. On a defensive line, but I'm not that heavy on defensive tackles in this year's draft. But the offensive line on the other side of the trenches, definitely. Salute to Eddie. Can't pinch pennies on Chris Jones, then cry when Patty Cakes keeps running all over us every year. Could you imagine Chris Jones getting to Patrick Mahomes a few times a season? I would love it. I would love it. Did you guys, I think we kind of touched on it a little bit. Did you guys see the video? I'm going to see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. I want you guys to see this, if you guys have not seen this already. Let me see if this is – I want to see if I can find this video. Duh, I don't know if you guys have seen a demented look like this. Did you guys see the video of the moment Max Crosby seeing the Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl? Let me see if I can find this video, man. I'm trying to look for it on Twitter. I cannot find it anywhere. Does somebody have that video? If you guys have it, please send it to my Instagram or my Twitter DMs. I would love to show everybody Max's reaction to the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody else was screaming and yelling, and Max was just like, that's how he looked. He looked like he was ready to get back to work. But that's the word to use, Big Mike, intense. he looked like, let's get back to work right now. Like he looked like he was ready to go head to the headquarters in Henderson and get back to the grind. He looked pissed. And I'm going to find this, man. I'm going to find this video. Hold on. Let me see if I can find Max Crosby. Where is this shit at? I've seen it all over the place on the internet. Now I can't find it. Ain't that some shit? Let me see. You know what? I think it's in my DM on Instagram. Let me look real quick. All right. Salute to everybody else in the building, man. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, man. I'm trying to find this shit. Oh, here it goes. Salute to my guy, Rob, man. He sent this to me. 8 Lounge. Here we go. Look at this shit, y'all. Look at this shit. Watch his face. Let me show you that one more time. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yo, I do not want to be any right tackle, any right guard trying to defend Max Crosby this upcoming season. Whew. That boy looked, man. I hear you, Wilder. We've seen this show before, right? We've seen it before. I get it. We talked about that a little earlier about Donkey Kong Sue using us as leverage to find a team that fits what he was trying to do. So I hear you, brother. Salute to Park as well, man. One of the greatest names in YouTube history. Everyone is worried about spending money or trading picks away, but where has being conservative gotten us so far? You got to take risks sometimes. Point blank, period, Perk. And this is the year to take that risk. Factory. Salute to my brother Perk Engel in the building. Yeah, he looked like he was ready to hit some motherfuckers, man. He looked pissed. And Ed, you are absolutely right, bro. Switching out Aiyuk for Renfro would be nasty, but it would be costly as well. I think most people can agree, you guys, in this chat, that I would rather have a Chris Jones than a Brandon Aiyuk. I would rather potentially have a Christian Wilkins from Miami Dolphins if they don't franchise tag him than bringing in a Brandon Aiyuk. And I love Brandon Ayuk's game. He's a dog. But we have some gaping holes that need to be filled, pause if necessary, and it's the defensive line, it's the defensive tackle position. Zach, we talked about him over and over again during the draft process. Leo Chanel, we talked about him a lot. And boom, he goes to a divisional rival, and he looks really good over there. Him, William Gay, they have a nice linebacker room, nice linebacking core out there in Kansas City. Oh, my God, Angel, I seen that. Man. I seen that. 40 out here crying like a – salute to 40, man. That's Unc right there. You know, got a lot of love for E40. Let me see if I can find that. I could have swore I had it in my phone. But he pretty much says something along the lines of, you know, the Raider fans are more irritating than the Kansas City Chiefs fans. You know what I mean? Like they're all mad, you know, about they're all happy about us losing when they're playing, you know, we're playing their divisional rival and blah, and wah. E40, you are from Vallejo, California, my brother. You know what that rivalry means. I don't really have to say anything else after that. Like, I don't know why you would expect anything different from Northern California Raider fans. Why would you expect it? Like, we're happy the Niners lost. Are we happy the Chiefs won? No, not at all. But I'm definitely happy the Niners lost so we can see shit like this. Because if we lost in the Super Bowl, Niner fans would be trolling away. They would not allow us to live it down. at all. And this is a guy, you know, that wore a lot of Raiders shit in the past. Salute T40. What about C. Jones for whatever he asked for? Move Loom to right guard, Mumford at right tackle. Besides the trenches, F them picks, trade up for JD5. I love it, True. And a lot of people are already talking about potentially bringing our guy Loom back and moving him to right guard. And then we can address that center position in the draft. I'm cool with that. And we're going to talk to Loom this week. Loom will be on the show, you guys. Jermaine Illuminor will be on this week at some point. We're thinking Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. We definitely will talk to him about potentially moving the guard if the Raiders want that and if Loom wants to return to the Raiders, because apparently there's some teams that's already potentially interested in bringing in Illuminor. I know the Giants were one of the teams that I was hearing some things about. I even heard the Cincinnati Bengals. So we're going to talk to him about that this week. Salute to True Raider, man. Salute to Zahn as well. If we can't get Jones, I'm fine with him using us to run up that price tag. If we can't have him, make him expensive as fuck. Facts. I like that. I like that thought process, Zahn. If we can't have him, run that shit up for whoever, you know what I mean? But I don't think Kansas City finds a way to keep him around at all. I don't. Jones is at that age, you guys, the 30 club, where he's trying to get as much money as possible. As much money as possible before he wraps this thing up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the Chiefs are going to be able to do it. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. So we would definitely still be running the price tag up for somebody else, but I don't see the Chiefs being able to get it done anyway. I could be wrong. Maybe Chris takes a pay cut because of, you know, trying to run it back and win the three-peat thing. I don't see it. Salute to Zahn, man. Appreciate you, brother. Punk Biss, I talked about Hunt. I would love to bring in Hunt in free agency. That was one of my first free agent targets. The thing that scares the shit about him to me, and I've said this on multiple shows also, is that you know, that high-powered offense they had in Miami, right? They got rid of the ball real fast, real quick, and Hunt had a really good year. I don't know if, you know, that translates to what we're doing with our system on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what Hunt would look like within our system. Not saying he wouldn't look good at all. I'm not saying that at all. But they got rid of the football very, very quick out there in Miami. And I think that maybe that system suited him very well in his skill set. I just don't know what he would look like with the Raiders. You know what I mean? And what gets he has going, you know, with his system. I don't know. But I would love Hunt. I would definitely look at Hunt to bring in a free agency. If you're going to approach free agency, that's one of my guys in free agency that I would definitely take a look at. Then is it possible to get a big defensive tackle and still get a couple more DTs in free agency or for a rotation? Well, we still have a few guys under contract. We got Tillery under contract. We have, you know, Nesta Jade under contract. We have McCall, you know, the young nose tackle that came over from Carolina under contract. We have Byron Young under contract. So we still have a bunch of defensive tackles that we're bringing back, and potentially maybe bringing back a John Jenkins or Adam Butler as well. They both played really well for us this season. So if we're going to approach defensive tackle, if it's not the Chris Jones, the Christian Wilkins, or those, you know, Leonard Williams, those big name guys, I'm not approaching defensive tackle in free agency unless it's bringing our guys back. I would rather do it in free agency. I mean, in the draft. My apologies. Let me see. But I like the idea of bringing in Robert Hunt, you know what I'm saying, or Hunt in free agency. If it doesn't cost us an arm and a leg, I'm just kind of worried about, like I said, the way they got rid of the football so quick. I don't know what his game is going to look like having to hold up a lot, you know, a little bit more within our system. Salute to Ben. Bro, don't sleep on Snead. Cornerback match him with Jones. AFC West will be crying like. Salute to my guy, Ben. Me personally, man, if I'm paying a corner in free agency, I'm paying Jalen Jones. I'm sorry, Jalen Johnson, Chicago. I'm not paying Snead. I like Snead. I think that he had a phenomenal year for the Kansas City Chiefs, but I'm not paying a Snead $20 million. If I'm paying anybody $20 million in free agency to be a corner, it's Jalen Johnson, the young guy from from Chicago. I think that he could be a force to be reckoned with, you know, with us next to Jack Jones and next to Nate Hobbs. I like Snead, you know what I mean? But if we're going to weaken that team, I want to go get Chris Jones. And I think this is a pretty deep corner class as well. Ben, I'd rather not pay a corner $20 million when you can potentially find, a Kyrie, from Oregon. You know what I mean? We talked about, Kool-Aid. We talked about McKinstry. So we talked about a lot of these guys in the draft. I would rather approach the cornerback position in the draft and then maybe bring in a veteran on a more inexpensive deal in free agency, to help bolster that cornerback room. But I don't want to pay $20 million for a corner. But if I do, I'm going for Jalen Johnson. Salute to Jose, my guy. Appreciate you, brother, on the $10 donation. Graphk, what would you think about going after – damn, bro, I can't even say that name. I will butcher that shit up. Let me see. I'm gonna see what his stats looked like last year. The Nigerian Nightmare. He's still young. I believe he's like 25, 26 years old. 26. Let me see. I want to see what his spot track looks like. Let me see. Tackle. Boom, boom, boom. So they cut him. I don't know, man. I'm going to be honest, Jose. If Pittsburgh is cutting you, bro, and their offensive line has struggled these past few seasons, man. If the Steelers get rid of them, I mean, maybe a change of environment, may help them. I don't know. Maybe. But if the Steelers are cutting offensive linemen, I'm going to be honest, bro. I don't think I want to look that way because they have struggled. They have struggled on the offensive line. Their quarterbacks have been running for their life. Their running backs haven't been able to run the football. The way, I mean, come on, man. They got a nice running back core over there. They cannot get it going over there. So I'm gonna stay away from that, Jose. Personally, I mean, maybe a change of scenery helps him, but I'm staying away from anything Pittsburgh offensive line. Those guys have struggled a lot. Q says, what I heard from Steeler fans, they're glad he's gone. Yeah, man. And Realist says, yeah, Pittsburgh's O-line has been a terrible. Facts. Salute to the big Valdoski. My God, pause. AP brought back that true Raider killer spirit Al always had. Next year's slogan, Dynasty Killers. Commitment to Al, F. Kelsey, Raider Nation for life. I like that, man. Appreciate you on the $5 donation. My dog, appreciate you, bro. I like that. The Dynasty Killers. Let's go. Yeah, I was wondering. I heard his name a lot from other people. Yeah. I'm going to do some more homework. I'll check out some tape on him and see what he did last year. But I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Pittsburgh is not in the business to be letting go of offensive linemen. So if they let him go, and I think he was owed $3 million this season, signing bonus, dead cap. So they lost $3 million getting rid of him. So they paid $3 million to let that guy go. Think about that, Jose. The Pittsburgh Steelers, whose offensive line has struggled mightily, they paid $3 million to let this kid walk. Yeah, I'm cool. I like that, Brave. I'd rather draft Nate Wiggins, DJ, or Aladopo. Yeah, I was at Aladopo or something like that, Oregon State. Edgar says Peyton Wilson, NC State. Hey, man, I'm not against that. I love his game. Maybe we can make it right and go get us a linebacker from North Carolina State 2 years in a row. I mean, Drake Thomas last year, UDFA, Seattle stole him from us off our practice squad. Maybe we right this ship and go get a Peyton Wilson. And this guy's an even different beast than a Drake Thomas. Like this guy, Peyton Wilson, the measurables, the production, everything is there. Like I would love to go find Peyton Wilson if he's there in the third round. I don't know if he lasts until the third round though, but I would love to bring in a Peyton Wilson. That guy's a monster. He would definitely shore up that linebacker room. I would love it, Raider man. I would love it. Not against it at all. We're going to ask Loom. We're going to ask him what he thinks about potentially moving over to right guard this week when he comes on the show. But we definitely let Greg Van Rotten walk, though. Peyton is by far the best overall linebacker in the draft. Could go early second round, really. I could see him going earlier than the third. I see him in the second round. Him and Trotter Jr., probably the best two linebackers in this draft. Salute to my brother Intel in the building. My guy. Salute. Had one of the worst PFF grades at his position for a while this year. See? And Big Mike knows the trenches, man. That's nasty, nasty work right there. Nasty, nasty work. Right away. From what I've heard, he looked good out there at the combine, at the senior, not the combine, the Senior Bowl. Young kid out of Rice. Does he fit a need? That's the thing. Does he fit a need? I don't think he really does. The bloodline is there, though. The bloodline is definitely there, but I don't think he fits a need. 2 cents. I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it. I'm telling you now, if the Raiders traded back in the first round because all the quarterbacks that they were looking at are off the board, they traded to the later first and took Jackson Power Johnson, I would not be mad at all. That is an all-pro talent at the center position. I'm telling you now, that young kid from Oregon is going to be a superstar at the center position in the NFL. So if we traded out of 13, traded back and picked up some extra draft capital, I'm all for taking Jackson Power Johnson. That dude is a monster. And I'm all for that as well. T'Vondre Sweat in a second. I like it. Sean, that is my third favorite linebacker in this draft. Third favorite. I like Peyton and I like Trotter over Tommy Eichenberg, but I definitely would take Tommy Eichenberg there in the middle rounds if he's available. I have not, Q. Send me some tape on him. Jawar Jordan. Oh, I'm going to look him up right now. I'm going to see the production he put out there on the field last year. Let me see. Damn. Looks nice, though. 5'10", 181 carries, 1,128 yards on the ground, 13 touchdowns, average 6.2 a clip. Shit, Q. You might be on to something, brother. You might be on to something. I like that. Yeah, Rango, I heard about that, man. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. Salute to my guy, C. Gabe Go. If we trade up for a top 3 pick, who's a potential 4th rounder you like as our next pick? If we trade up for a top 3 pick, okay, who's a potential 4th rounder you would like as our next pick? So I'm assuming you mean if we trade up to go get our quarterback, you're thinking who is the 4th rounder you like as our next? So are you saying that we're trading our 1st round pick, our 2nd round pick, and our 3rd round pick? Is that what you're assuming, C. Gabe Go? Is that kind of where you're saying? What you're saying, that we're getting rid of our first 3 picks? Because if that's what you mean, I'm looking at offensive line. You got to build that O-line up. And in the 4th round, I don't know really who's going to be there, who's going to be available, but I'm assuming that Zach Zinter would be there, the guard out of Michigan, because of the leg injury. I would probably look at Zach Zinter there in the 4th round and take a flyer on him. I know he may not potentially play this year, but he could be another guy that could be an all-pro talent out of Michigan at the guard spot. So in the 4th round, if we trade our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd pick to go up and get our guy, I'm looking at Zach Zinter, or potentially, what if I don't think he's going to be there, but if Christian Haynes falls, the guard out of Connecticut, definitely looking at him. But I think he's going to be more of a 2nd, 3rd round talent out of Connecticut. But if he fell, I'm looking at him also. But I would take a flyer on Zach Zinter at that 4th round spot. I would. Kind of help the trenches out in the future. I would do it. Or trying to see who would maybe Kingsley falls, the center out of Florida. Maybe he's there in the 4th round. Maybe you could take a flyer on the young center out of Florida. Excuse me, y'all. But I'm definitely attacking the offensive line if that's how it falls. My dog, man. My boys being here losing their mind, man. I appreciate you guys for the support, bro. Always. Salute to all the new members, man. Salute, salute, salute. You know what I'm saying? Damn it, Jason. Let me see. I like that, Cowtown. OG, Layden Robinson. Edge, Mo Kamara. Safety, James Williams. Corner, Dwight McGlothern. Okay. Cowtown with a haymaker. I like that. Salute to Luda. More money, I agree. You guys are used to GMs of the past being bad at picking in the draft. Tom is a different beast. At least in those early rounds, I'll tell you right now, I think he's going to hit in that first. I think he's going to hit a home run because I really have a feeling he's going to package up some draft capital and go get our guy at the quarterback position. Facts. Christian Haynes is a dog. One of my favorite guards in this draft. Let me see. Let's get a few more questions in, you guys, before I get out of here, man. He's going to get our quarterback. Facts. Facts. Kevin, it depends. I don't know what we're doing. Are we going to bring Andre James back? I wouldn't. It depends on what round you're looking at a center, because if you don't go get Powers in the first round, he's off the board. Van Pran out of Georgia, he'll probably be there in the second round. He's there. If he's there in the second round, I'm not against that. If you get your quarterback in the first round without giving up your second, which I don't know if that's possible, Van Pran will be there. The young kid out of Georgia. I'll definitely look at him. And if not, like I said, you can maybe look at Kingsley in that third or fourth round out of Florida. Let me see. Feels good getting excited for the draft, man. Definitely. I can't wait to get out there, man. Yes, Ryan, we still have Dalton Wagner. We do have Dalton Wagner. A guy that we have no idea who he is at this point. You know what I'm saying? Big 6'8", 6'9" motherfucker, the right tackle position out of Arkansas, who was on an IR for us all year long. So, but he's definitely still there. It's going to be interesting to see what we do with him in terms of his development and if he's going to be any type of factor on our O-line moving forward. Salute the cheese. Graphk, how is Tom Telesco in free agency? That's a very, very good question, because a lot of people are going to go to the one pickup, and we all know this, right? We all know this. Everyone's going to go to J.C. Jackson, okay? That's the one real true fuck up with Tom Telesco. Let's not act as though, he didn't go get Khalil Mack. He went and got Khalil Mack, and he was great for the Chargers. But that one pick, J.C. Jackson, and let's not act as though, you guys, let's keep it a buck. JC wasn't a great player at that time. Who would have knew that he was more of that system type guy out there in Bill Belichick's defense with New England? We wanted JC Jackson. Let's not act as though we weren't screaming for JC Jackson to be a Raider, right? That's the one fumble that I can definitely say that Tom Telesco had. But we were screaming at the top of our lungs to bring him in to be our corner of the future. So I'm not going to beat up Tom Telesco for that at all. But a lot of people are going to look at J.C. Jackson. But that's a great question, Cheese. You know what? I think we should do a show, maybe these next 2 nights, about his complete free agency pickups. That would be great. I would love that. You just gave me a great idea, Cheese, for a show. Thank you so much for the $2 donation, brother. But thank you even more for a great idea. We need to do a show on Tom Telesco and how he's approached free agency. Fire. I'm going to do some homework on that. Cheese, I got you. I'll actually put that in right now so I don't forget. Tom Telesco, free agent history. Damn, we went all the way back to 2020, huh? Let me see. This is in 2020. We don't even have to do a show. I'll answer you guys' questions right here. So this is from 2020, though. This isn't the last 3 years, okay? This isn't the last 3 years. This is from 2020. They had Casey Hayward. They had Russell Okung, Mike Pouncey, Danny Woodhead, Brandon McBain, defensive tackle, King Dunlap, Thomas Davis, linebacker, Tyrod Taylor, Brandon Flowers, and they had Joe Barksdale. So a whole bunch of offensive line. Orlando Franklin at 11, another offensive lineman. So he loves to approach the offensive line in free agency. Travis Benjamin at wide receiver at 12. And there you have it. So, but this is from 2020. This is from 2020. We'll definitely go out there and look, these last 3 years and kind of dive into that. Let me see. Great question, though, man. I love it. You think Khalil Mack can come back to the dark side? I would love it. I would love it. But I don't know if that's something that Telesco and AP want to do with, the production that Malcolm Kuntz showed last year. But I would love to bring in Khalil Mack, but I just don't know how much that's going to cost because he's due for one more major contract. And after having a career year, in terms of the sack production, I don't know if he would take a hometown discount to come home to the Raiders. So I think that's kind of far-fetched. Salute to my brother John as well. These guys are having a fucking competition in the chat today. My brother John and my boy Demon in the building, man. Y'all, salute to you guys, man. Salute to all the new members. I appreciate you guys as always. Thank you once again. A hug. D's, my guy. Let me see. Salute to my guy Raider John. Facts. And to be fair, a lot of people that come off the Patriots fall off the moment they leave. He ain't the first one to fall for that Belichick low-hanging fruit. Factory. Salute to my guy, Raider John. Let me see. Mack's not too old, Martin. I mean, the guy's coming off of what, 16 and a half sacks? He's still playing at a high level. But it doesn't really fit a need. You know what I'm saying? We got Malcolm Kuntz and we got Tyree Wilson, another guy that can kick in and kick out. I don't think you really realistically need a Khalil Mack. You need a guy like Chris Jones that can clog the middle and help you get to the quarterback from the interior of the defensive line. Love Hassan Reddick, Cat, but I'm not. What does that cost? What does that cost? What does that cost you? What kind of draft capital does that cost you? Because he's looking for a trade right now. Philadelphia is allowing him to look for a trade. So I don't know. 29, what is he? 29 years old, 30 years old. He was due $14.2 million this year. That's his base salary, 14.2. A dead cap of, cap hit of 21.3. Dead cap of 20 million. I'm not doing that. There's no way. Ain't no way in hell, man. Yeah, it probably cost you about a third round pick because of the contract that he has, but I'm not paying that kind of money. And I love the idea of bringing in a Hassan Reddick. That dude has been productive like hell in Philadelphia and in Carolina. But nah, that's a lot of money to bring in a guy that's going to be another edge rusher for you. We need that defensive tackle. But a cap hit of $21.3 million. Shit, that's a lot of money, man. Yeah, Zach, a cap hit of 14 is a steal, but 21 is crazy. Spivey, man, my guy. My guys are here losing their minds, man. Appreciate you guys, as always, so much, man. Salute to my guy, Spivey, a.k.a. Kevin Nash, my dog. Lewis, but you have to, though, bro. This is the thing. We can't think with just our Raider minds, right? We can't think about, bring back Khalil Mack. It would be just a perfect story. Once a Raider, always a Raider. He should have never left, so on and so forth. I agree with you on that. But at the end of the day, you have to look at the money with Khalil Mack. This dude he's going to be in his mid-30s. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's Khalil Mack right now? Is he 33, 32, 33? He's 32 right now. He's 32. Let me see. He'll be 33 years old, I believe, at the start of the season. Oh, shit. No, he'll be 33 this month. The 22nd. He'll be 33 years old. Bro, you can't pay him a shit ton of money to be that guy. You can't, bro. Especially with Max Crosby over there. Like, that's a lot of money, man. And we're still paying Chandler Jones, Lewis. That's the thing, brother. We're still paying Chandler Jones. Malcolm Kuntz, in one more year, has to get paid. If we bring him back, got to pay him. Right? Tyree Wilson's on a rookie deal. Null and void. Won't even bring him up. But you're spending that kind of money on another edge rusher when Malcolm Kuntz is up for a new deal and you're still paying Chandler Jones a shit ton of money? Attack the position that is the most needy position, the defensive tackle position. Khalil Mack doesn't help there, brother. And to be real with you, Khalil is still getting to the quarterback at a high clip, but he's not the same guy he once was against the run. And I'm not saying he's bad against the run by any means, but the reason why Khalil Mack got so much money in the past was not only because he got to the quarterback, but he also played the run really, really well. And he's not that guy that he once was back then playing the run anymore. He doesn't set the edge the way he used to. You know what I'm saying? Defensive tackle is a position that you need to address immediately. And yes, he is better than Malcolm Kuntz, but Malcolm Kuntz is younger, and we don't know what he can develop to become. We don't know that. You know what I mean? And let's not act as though these recent years, Khalil Mack has been healthy, but he's also dealt with injuries as well. The last thing you want to do is pay a 33-year-old Khalil Mack that kind of money to come in and potentially hurt himself again. Let me see. But I love Khalil Mack. I would love him back home, but it would have to make sense. I'm going to see something real quick. I want to see what Khalil Mack contract. Let's see something real quick. Wipe their feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. So this year in 2024, base salary of $17.5 million. He has a cap hit of $38 million, you guys. So they're probably going to cut Khalil Mack. Okay. They'll cut him and they'll take a dead cap hit of $15 million. So they're going to save a shit ton of money by letting go of Khalil Mack, which I think they may do. I don't know what that new contract is going to look like. They can potentially restructure him. That'll save him $15.2 million, I believe. I don't know. It's too rich for my blood. Too rich for my blood. And yeah, and Raider Swagger, look at Von Miller this year in Buffalo. Finally started to show his age. Didn't have one sack this season, I believe, with Buffalo. He had a bad year. Bad year. And Von Miller is one of the greatest defensive players to ever play the game. But Father Time never misses. 25 new members just in this single show. Crazy generosity, man. Thank you guys, man. For real, Hug. That's insane, you guys. For real, man. Sometimes I really don't even know what I've done to deserve, the generosity and the love and support that you guys give me, man. I really don't. Sometimes I just feel like I'm living in a damn dream, man. I really appreciate you guys so much. Y'all really have no idea, man. Raider by nature. Latu, Crosby, and Kuntz, it's over. Now, if you approach the draft and go get you a defensive end, but Latu is a first-round guy. He's gone. He's gone in the first round, and you got to get your quarterback or some offensive line help. Yeah, we talked about him. McCall, he's going to be a monster for us. We got that nose tackle. We got that potential future nose tackle right there. Young pup that came over from Carolina. I want to see what he can do. Big body guy that can plug up that middle for sure. Pause if necessary. Martin, you the man, bro. You the man, bro. Pastor, man, remember that thing where I told you about giving us fans that didn't have a voice? That's what you did. You gave it. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, Dan. Content. See, one thing though, Cap, I hate when people do this, and you're my guy, but I would say this to anybody. You can't take away 6 sacks from one game. He still went out there and did that. You can't take that away, bro. And even 11 sacks at 32 years old is phenomenal. But you can't take those 6 sacks away from him just because it was in one game. Are we going to take those, 5 or whatever it was against Cincinnati from Max? We can't do that. That's still production that he went out there and earned. Can't do that, brother. Salute to 10 Commandments, my God, man. Your hard work pays off. You're the best. Thank you for what you do. You're the only Raider that can't be traded. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Salute to Mondo as well, man, with that content. Told you in the message on IG, it's a brotherhood. We backing our boy Graphk to success in spite of the naysayers, man. I appreciate you, brother. That means a lot to me, man. Real talk. I don't think you understand, bro. Real talk. Yeah, man, coming up on 2 hours, you guys. I'd hate to leave with almost 1,000 people in the building. I think we've kind of talked about everything up to this point. If we can get a Shillmore show tonight, maybe we can talk a little bit more. I would love to get my brothers together, man. I think I'm about to throw that bat signal out and see if Wasted and Hammer and the guys want to pull up and come talk some Raiders football. Maybe we'll come back tonight, man. I got nothing going on tonight. I'm going to hit the gym, get back to the house, probably upload some shorts and do some things like that. But would you guys want to show tonight? Let me know, man. What's up? You guys want to see a Shillmore show? Let's get a Shillmore show together, man. Let's get a Shillmore show together. And that will probably be this week at some point too, Jaylen. Maybe this week or maybe next week. I'm actually going to reach out to my brother Hondo today and get it rocking and get it together, man. Let me see. Okay, for sure. All right. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. Phenomenal show. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I see you guys. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. Brave, you to go. Yo, I'm live right now, so don't say anything incriminating. Yo, I know you're gonna do your own show, right? What's up with the Shillmore show tonight? What's up, man?
Fuck y'all. I gotta go to bed.
Old man wasted, man. You gotta go to bed? You gotta go to bed?
Because I gotta go to bed, man. Y'all gonna have me up to 12 o'clock at night arguing with you.
Yeah, bro. Quit acting like a hoe, bro.
I'll think about it.
Shillmore tonight, y'all. Fuck all that. All right, bitch. I'm going to hit Hammer up, too, and we're going to get it rolling, you guys. That shit was definitely not leather from Wasted Talent. You already know what it is, man. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. As always, on the way out, wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. I'm out.
That's what I'm talking about.